Garden that the sport's greatest dynasty was born. Beginning in 1957, the Celtics won 11 championships in 13 years, and in assembling these historic teams, Red Auerbach compiled an awesome roster of all-stars. But the franchise's centerpiece was its spiritual leader, Bill Russell.
I think Russell was the foxiest, smartest, meanest player psychologically that ever played the game. Whatever it took to win, Russell would do. The guy comes in and you block the shot, and then you go down and you get an easy layup. These things make statements. And then you might look at him and smile and say, yes, we did that to you.
Year after year, the Celtics would do it to every opponent who dared get in their path. Whether it was Cousy dribbling out the clock in 1962, or John Havlicek stealing the ball in 1965. The Celtics always seemed to find a way to win.
Guys like Sam and Havlicek, Heinze, Cousy, Casey, these guys wanted to win every game, every year. You didn't have to find something external to want to win. It came from within our team.
By 1966, this philosophy had translated into 9 championships.
That's it. It's all over. Havlicek got the pass and he gets mobbed. It's all over.
But by 1967, it seemed as if the Celtics' time to celebrate finally was over. Red Auerbach would retire as coach, leaving player coach Bill Russell the daunting task of rallying an injured and aging team. And as Wilt Chamberlain's Philadelphia 76ers eliminated Boston and claimed their title, it seemed as if the Celtic dynasty had finally fallen.
The thing that I'll remember most is being in Convention Hall. We lost the series, I think, 4-1. And when they knew they had it in the bag, the fans started chanting, "The Celtics are dead, the Celtics are dead, the Celtics are finally dead."
Though they would manage to recapture their title in 1968, by 1969, the Celtics did indeed appear to have succumbed to old age. Struggling to a 4th-place finish, they barely qualified for the playoffs. But as Bill Russell prepared for his final postseason run, the Celtics sounded one last call to arms.
That was a frustrating year because everyone really figured that the Celtics were finally starting to crumble and we were not even going to be a factor. But once the playoffs started, the whole atmosphere around here changed because we knew that this was the time of year that more or less belonged to the Celtics.
Playing with fierce pride, the Celtics outfought the more talented Philadelphia 76ers and outfoxed the younger New York Knicks to again earn a berth in the finals. But with nemesis Wilt Chamberlain, now teamed up with Elgin Baylor and Jerry West, the Celtics faced a Laker team that boasted the top 3 scorers in playoff history.
I thought we had the best team. I mean, we felt invincible. I suppose it would be like a heavyweight champion who is 23 years old and knocks everybody out in the 1st or 3rd round. No one can beat us.
Taking a 2-0 series lead, the Lakers seemed firmly in control of the series. And even though Boston managed to work some vintage Celtic heroics to tie the series at 3, their chances of winning a decisive 7th game in Los Angeles seemed remote, especially to the Lakers.
And there's a piece of paper, and I pick it up, and it's a post-game program. And it goes to the whole thing about when the Lakers win the championship, the USC band will come out and play Happy Days Are Here Again, and the 10,000 balloons will come out, and then there's like 10 cases, 20 cases of champagne will be up in the Forum Club for the celebration. I said, guys, that champagne's gonna be really old by the time it's gonna really be old by the time they drink that to celebrate.
The Lakers had badly underestimated the Celtics' resolve. Though clearly undermanned, Boston would match the Laker talent with determination and pride. Playing them even until the waning seconds, Boston would reach back for one last moment of Celtic magic. With Don Nelson's shot, the Celtics capped one of the most incredible playoff runs in NBA history, and fittingly brought to a close its most glorious dynasty.
We were able again to run off the floor in front of the 18,000 people and silence them again, and I know that they were stunned that we really played that well that particular game, but having won so many championships, that pride all comes back.
Chris, I'm here with Bill Russell. Bill, this must have been a great win for you.
Exactly. I was on 11 championship teams, and I wear 2 rings. In '57, the first championship the Celtics ever won, I wear that ring. And in '69, my last year as player coach, I wear that ring.